Hello, welcome to video 8 for chapter 2, multiplying fractions. Now I know you're probably thinking, well, we've already done this, haven't we? Well, we've done part of it, and this next piece is a pretty valuable piece for us as well. We haven't looked at these types. The blanks there are the words numerator and denominator, and what it says is that when you multiply fractions, what we want to do is to cancel out any common factors that are in both the numerator and the denominators. You want to do that first, and your life actually will become easier. So I'm going to encourage you to actually practice this, because at first you might want to resist it because it might feel like it's different or it's strange, but it actually makes our life easier. Watch this first question, number 1. 2/3 times 9/4. Well, if you will take a look at this 2 right here and this 4. The previous slide, it says that you can cancel out a common factor in any numerator and any denominator. This 2 and this 4, they're both divisible by 2. So you can actually cancel it out. So here's how we write it. We cancel that out. 2 divided by 2, and we'll replace it with 1. 4 divided by 2. Replace that with 2. Now you look over here, you have a 3 and a 9. Well, they both have a common factor of 3. So 3 divided by 3 changes that to a 1. 9 divided by 3 changes that to a 3. So now what you have, up here you have 1 times 3. And on the bottom you have 1 times 2. When you multiply that, you end up with 3 over 2. And that answer is already in lowest terms. And it's actually the easiest way to do this question. Because if you think about it, had you not done this, you would have had, look what would have happened had you not done that. Okay, you have this fraction, you multiply, you have 18 over 12. Well, now you have to reduce the 18 and the 12. You have to find the common factor, because if you leave this answer, okay, I take off 50% penalty, because it's not in simplest form like we talked about in the previous video. Take a look at number 2 on the bottom. Another good example. Here's a really clear one right here. You got a 5 and a 5. Those two numbers will cancel out. Okay? If you don't do this here, you end up multiplying. You have 20 on the top. You multiply 5 times 12. That's 70. You have 20 over 70. So then you got to deal with 20 and 70. Watch what happens here. We divide this divided by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 5 divided by 5 is 1 here. See, since they both divide by 5, top and the bottom, you can do that. So here you got 1, here you got 1. You've replaced it. Here you got 4 and 12. Well, those are both divisible by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. So now you have, look, you have 1. The largest number you now have to deal with is 3. See, you're dealing with 1s and 3s, or 20 and 70. Which one's going to be a little easier for you? This is a really valuable tool for us, especially if you're planning to go into college algebra and that route. There's going to be times you have to understand how this works. Okay, so I encourage you when you're working in 2-6 to practice trying to reduce it first instead of just multiplying it and then reduce it. It'll pay off for you in the long run. 1 times 1, the top. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 3 on the bottom, 1/3. And there you have it. Okay, reduce your fraction first and then multiply if possible. For example, look at this odd looking one. You have 5/8 times 4. Well, what we need to know here is that 4 has a denominator. It's just not written on the page, and it's 1. So it's like 5 over 8 times 4 over 1. So let's look for common factor. Do you see it? 4 and 8 are both divisible by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 5 does not have a common factor, so I'm going to go 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. So there you go. You have 5 halves. Okay, so take time and practice that in the homework. Again, get the notes down, do what you can in your homework, and then we'll work together in class on what you're struggling with. Be good use of your time. Okay, let's continue a little bit further here in the notes on page 27. That's where we are now. This is an important vocabulary word for us. The product of two numbers is 1. They're called reciprocals of one another. Okay, this is the true math definition of reciprocals. The product of two numbers is 1. That's actually really valuable for us later when we start solving equations to understand that. But for now, you're going to remember the word reciprocal probably an easier way, as I show you on the next slide at the bottom of page 27. 5/8 times something equals 1. Okay, so we're trying to come up with this number that would multiply 5/8 times this and become 1. Those two numbers are reciprocals of each other. Okay, and it's a really easy trick. You take the number and you flip it. Because if you think about it, 5 times 8 is 40, and 8 times 5 is 40. 40 over 40 would equal 1. Because if you recall, way back when we learned that if you have the same number on the top and bottom, you really have 1. Look at it another way. Let's say we divide out common factors. That's got a factor of 5 and that's got a factor of 5. Watch what happens here. 5 divided by 5 is 1, so that 5 becomes 1. 5 divided by 5, the bottom becomes 1. And then 8 over here, 8 up here, 8 divided by 8 is 1, and 8 divided by 8 is 1, and look what happens. 1 times 1 is 1, and 1 times 1 is 1. You have 1 over 1, which is 1. Okay, those are called reciprocals. So the easy way to remember it is if you flip the number, you have reciprocals. Okay, I'm going to go back for a second. Previous slide we looked at. The true math definition again is that the product of the numbers equal 1, but if you're asked to find reciprocals, all you need to think is just flip that number upside down, because it will always result in a reciprocal. Okay, so you're at the top of page 28 in your notes. Whoops, already showed you that slide. You're at the top of page 28. It says name the reciprocal. 2/3. The reciprocal, I think in your notes it says number here. It says reciprocal here. Okay, all you have to do is flip the number. The reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. The reciprocal of 9/4 is 4/9. And the reciprocal of 8 is a tricky one there, but if you realize that the bottom number in 8 is 1, the reciprocal of that is 1/8. Okay, so stopping here on page 28, and we will pick up with this as we're going to use this to learn how to do division next. So, we'll see you soon. Goodbye.